You're traveling down the Amazon when suddenly you spot a patch of pink. It's a male Amazon river dolphin. It's thought that the pinker he is, the more attractive he'll be to a potential mate. This unique dolphin species is native to Amazons. Its future is in peril. As of 2022, humans have deforested 70% of the Amazons, and scientists warn that you may be approaching the tipping point when enough of the forest is lost, the large parts of the ecosystem die. It's like removing bricks from a house. It's like removing bricks from a house. Take one or two, the house will keep standing, but remove too many, and the whole thing will start to cave in. What happened the what happened in the Amazon affect the rest of the planet? To explore this relationship, let's examine what happened if the entire Amazon disappeared. The Amazon is sometimes called the Earth's air conditioner. Each day, the sun beats down on the 390 billion trees. The plants photosynthesize, opening their pores, thus losing water to evaporation. This process, known as transpiration, cools both the plant and the surrounding air and helps form clouds that move over the forest. Through this, the Amazon cycles around 20 trillion liters of water daily. If the rainforest disappeared, there would be a little transpiration to feed the rain clouds. The heat from the sun would radiate back into the atmosphere, forming a chimney of hot forming chimneys of hot, dry air. The local temperature would increase by several degrees. The rainfall in the region would drop. Crops and animals would die. As an area home to 10% of the bird's known species, and 30 million people transforms. Villages would be strained as the river dry up. The pitch would contaminate the drinking water. Air quality would plummet as wildfire spread. In fact, we already started to see this during recent droughts. And the effects would stretch far beyond the Amazon. Air circulates around the planet, so any change in the temperature and pressure in one region can influence currents and winds thousands of kilometers away. These effects are hard to predict. Some models estimate that losing just 40% of the Amazon would reduce rainfall in the agricultural center would reduce rainfall in the agricultural center of Argentina over 3,000 kilometers away. The complete disappearance of rainforests and its water cycle. The complete disappearance of the rainforest and water cycle could cause 50% of snowpack to melt in the Sierra Nevada and 20% reduction in rainfall in the coastal northwest United States. California's Central Valley, which grows a quarter of U.S. food, could face a dwindling water supply. With roots about the birds, with, with roots one of the bird's largest natural carbon sinks. Some scientists estimate that temperature worldwide would rise an additional 0.5. Some scientists estimate that temperature worldwide will rise an additional 0.25 degrees Celsius above current climate predictions. And while that might sound small, even a slight rise in the global temperature can increase severe weather events and habitat loss. If the tragic irony, the part of the It's a tragic irony that part of what makes Amazon so valuable is also the source of its destruction. By some estimates, exploiting the Brazilian Amazon for farming, cattle ranching, and more generate the equivalent of up to 98 billion US dollars annually. Yet, by stopping deforestation and practicing fire management and sustainable agriculture, some researchers predict the region could generate even more wealth than it currently does. So, how close are we to reaching the tipping point? We probably won't know until it's too late. So far, the Amazon has maintained resilience, but its very existence relies on the transpiration from trees to keep water cycles fluid. Removing living trees removing removing living trees in one location. Removing living trees in one location leaves the surrounding areas dehydrated, more vulnerable to drought and wildfires. There are steps we can take today. First, we can choose to buy products from companies that refuse to procure from deforesters. Studies have shown that planting new trees can help restore the forest water cycle, though it takes a long time for though it takes a long time for them to capture as much carbon as an old growth trees. And native stewardship can have huge impact. There are over 1.5 billion indigenous people living in the Amazon. From 2001 to 2021, portions of the rainforest that were managed by the native people emitted 270 million by native people emitted 270 million metric tons of carbon to the atmosphere thanks to the deforestation and burning. Yet during the same period, portions managed by indigenous people removed well over 300 million metric tons. The reward of protecting the Amazon benefits all of us, but the impact of destroying it is already being felt by the impact of destroying it is already being felt by living by impact of destroying it is already being felt by those living there today. But the impact of the but the impact of destroying it already being felt by living those but the impact of destroying it is already being felt by those living there today.